All right, team, welcome back to TNT Digital Mindset. Today, I'm really excited to dive into some cutting-edge stuff. I've been poring over the latest research on digital trends, and honestly, it's fascinating. I've even leveraged some advanced AI, yeah, you heard that right, to break down the core insights. This way, we can get straight to the actionable strategy. So without further ado, let's jump in.
Most people think about creating content, but high-level operators, they think about building systems that create the content for them. Today, we're going to break down the exact framework for an automated content machine. This is a system designed for one thing: maximum digital leverage. Let's get right into it.
So let me start by asking you a really important question. Are you a creator or are you an operator? See, a creator trades their time, their energy, directly for output. An operator, on the other hand, invests their time up front to build a machine that produces that output forever. This whole breakdown is for people who want to become operators.
And let's be super clear about something. This is not another short-term trick or some content hack. We are deconstructing a scalable, repeatable system. This is all about strategy, not tactics. It's about building a true digital asset that actually works for you.
Okay, let's start with a pain point that, well, we all know. That constant pressure to create, to post, to stay relevant. It feels like you're on this relentless treadmill that leads straight to burnout and, honestly, pretty inconsistent results.
This quote from the source material just sums it up perfectly, doesn't it? Relying on daily inspiration isn't a strategy, it's a liability. It's totally manual, it's draining, and it puts a hard cap on your potential impact. So, how do we get off this treadmill for good? Simple. We build a machine. We're calling this the automated leverage stack. It's a 3-layer model for turning a content strategy into an automated, self-sustaining engine. These are the 3 core components. Think of it like this. The strategy engine is the brain. The production line, that's the factory. And the distribution network is your logistics department. When they all work together, you completely remove yourself from the day-to-day grind.
We're going to start with the most critical layer, the strategy engine. This is the brain of the whole operation. And it's not just about, using AI. It's about programming it to think and create exactly like you would.
The heart of this engine is something called the system prompt. And this right here is what separates the amateurs from the operators. An amateur asks an AI for a post. An operator gives the AI a complete operational blueprint. And this is the critical distinction. A one-off request is just labor. You have to do it every single time. A system prompt, that's leverage. You build it once and it works for you pretty much indefinitely. Labor versus leverage. So a really solid system prompt is basically a blueprint. You define your niche, you set super strict formatting rules, you dictate the exact structure, and you even provide a formula for every little component. And here's the pro tip. You add robot-friendly delimiters so your automation software knows exactly how to read and parse the output. All right, so with our strategy now coded into the engine, we can move to layer 2, the production line. This is the factory that turns all those instructions into finished assets, and it's where software completely takes over all the manual work. So here's how it works. An automation tool, something like make.com, calls our AI engine to get the raw text. Then it sends the headline over to a service like Placid to create a clean visual. Finally, it assembles the whole post on Facebook, and, this is smart, it strategically places the main content in the comments to boost engagement. The best part? 0 human touches. And this table shows you exactly how the pieces fit together. Make.com is your factory floor. It's the hub connecting everything. OpenAI is the content generator, Placid is your designer, and the Facebook API, that's the shipping department delivering the final product. Okay, so the content is now being produced automatically. That's great. But production without distribution is totally useless. And that brings us to the final layer of the stack, the distribution network. This makes sure your content gets to the right people at the right time without you ever having to hit publish. Now, the output of this machine isn't just random. It's a consistent, predetermined volume. In this specific case, it's engineered to produce exactly 2 high-value posts every single day. But volume by itself isn't really the point. The real leverage comes from strategic execution. See, the system doesn't just post whenever. It publishes precisely between 6 a.m. and 7 p.m. to hit peak engagement hours. This isn't just automation, it's automated strategy, executing flawlessly day in and day out. It's all about maximum impact for every single asset the machine produces. And that right there is the ultimate payoff.
This machine, once you build it and turn it on, will just keep executing your content strategy, flawlessly, forever, without you lifting a finger. Now that is true leverage.
So what's the big picture here? What does this all mean? Well, this isn't really just about tools. It's a fundamental shift in how you approach your work. It's the move from being a creator to becoming an operator.
Think about it. A creator scales with effort, which always has a ceiling. An operator scales with leverage, which is practically unlimited. A creator is chasing that fleeting feeling of inspiration. An operator builds an engine that runs no matter how they feel. This is really the difference between being an employee in your own business and being the owner.
This quote from the source just crystallizes the entire goal. The objective isn't to make your work a little easier, it's to make yourself obsolete to the process. It's about removing yourself from the equation entirely. And look, this framework goes way beyond just making content. It's a mental model for systemizing any repeatable, high-value task you have. So the question isn't if you should build a machine. The real question is, what machine are you going to build next?
So here's your immediate takeaway. Don't try to automate everything at once, you'll just get overwhelmed. First, identify one single repeatable task. Then, systemize the logic behind it. Basically, write your system prompt for it. Finally, find the tools to automate it using this 3-layer stack we just talked about. Start small, build that first piece of leverage, and then expand from there.
Hey, if you want more high-signal frameworks for building digital leverage, just like this one, make sure you subscribe. We're all about cutting through the noise to deliver systems that actually work.